down Main, it's a clear night. Screens glowing blue, got the facts in my headlights. Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. 𝗺𝗵𝗃 and 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗇, I'ma read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks, they can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just try to slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow. Every word cut clean like the rims on the 6-4. From Boston to Brockton, the whispers all hum. Turtleboys riding in the reckoning gon' come. 𝗟𝗟 in the back room, 𝗺𝗵𝗃 on the phone. Trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend. True, got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame, this about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks, they can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, gliding. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks, they can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, gliding. We just call all down to the city blocks. We just riding slow, gliding.
My name is Aidan Kearney,
known online as
Turtleboy, and is a senior editor for
TBDailyNews.com.
They call me
Turtleboy.
That's my preferred pronoun. Daddy.
What's up, Daddy?
Journalism Jesus. 𝗃𝗄𝗃 Kearney.
The one and only Turtleboy.
Turtleboy.
What's up, Slick?
The doctor is here.
This guy's a bad motherfucker.
That's right, the intro.
I've broken a lot of major stories. I've been doing it for about 11 years. I used to be a high school teacher.
Turtleboy has changed a lot over the years. I was once a blogger, but now I'm much more accurately known as an award-winning journalist, a satirist, and an activist. Boom!
They're screaming your name here.
You're the crowd daddy.
Crazy. People either love me or hate me.
Listen, Turtle, all right?
But either way, they're watching.
Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
Stop it. I'm never gonna stop. This fight's just getting started. Now let's get this party started. Yo, what's up, people? How's everyone doing tonight? Good? Good? Excellent. Welcome to the live show, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Aidan Kearney. You can call me a variety of nicknames if you'd like, up to and including 𝗃𝗄𝗃 Kearney. That's my true crime name. You can call me Journalism Jesus. That's my spiritual name. You can call me Echo Daddy. I'm sorry. I put 3 rugs on my Amazon wish list yesterday. I can hear the echo in there. It's so bad. I got to fix it. There's like it's just a big empty ass room. There's nothing in it. It's bad. It's not as bad. Okay, cool. Anyway, you can call me Uncle Turtleboy. Just some people call me Turtleboy, or Dr. Turtleboy is actually what I prefer. It's my preferred pronoun of choice, because if 𝗬𝗏𝗺𝗀𝗃 is a doctor, then I'm definitely a doctor too. You can call me Daddy if you'd like. For some people, that might be weird. For others, it might be fun, flirtatious, playful, even sexy, you know. You can call, but yeah, I get it could be weird, but there's different other kinds of daddies you can call me. Theater daddy, crowd daddy. That's what Alan Jackson calls me. Brow daddy, daytime daddy, drama daddy, formerly drama-free daddy, media daddy, saint daddy, and of course, fridge daddy too, Father Frigidaire, or any appliance in your kitchen. I will fix it. Just, you got to shake it. Just got to keep shaking. No matter when, no matter how much I fix it, it still needs fixing again in a couple days, doesn't it? So those things, they keep breaking. I don't know how that happens, but anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button. We actually gained some subscribers. We go up and we lose a bunch, and then Lauren Matthias happened and we went way up. We gained a few thousand, and then we went back down, and then we were going back up a little bit with the 𝗀𝗁𝗃 𝗃𝗍𝗃 thing. I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, just, be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. It's all I ask, man. It's all I ask. Be good to your fellow man too. But anyway, if you guys want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight, you can click at the link at the top for something called Turtle Chat. When you do that, you can pay whatever you want, say whatever you want, and I will read your message out loud to the class. You can also cash at me at $Uncle_Turtleboy if you'd like to do it that way. All right. So it's all good. Buy memberships. Have you seen the pictures of Kristi Noem's husband? Oh my God. Yes, I have. I haven't been following politics. I know she's hot. I know she was fired, I think. And I know that, isn't she fucking Corey Lewandowski? Is that it? I don't even know. It's not pinned. Turtle Chat's not pinned. Hold on. No, it's not. Hold on. I gotta pin Turtle Chat. It's my bad. That's my bad, yo. Hold on. No wonder I don't have any on there. Hold on. Let me get the Turtle Chat on there. I go on there. I see the glares thing. He forces you to pay. Oh my God. Oh my God. He's got LTL on his thing. He goes, he forces you to pay him. Get it? All right, hold on. Hold on, let me find it. No, it's a different episode. Nope. Let me check this episode. There it is. Turtle Chats. There it is. 𝗺𝗫𝗄𝗃. Okay, there it is. Turtle Chat. Turtle Chat. Boom. Pin message. All right, there you go. That's how you can read your Turtle Chats. I'm frozen. Am I really frozen? Oh shit, I'm like having a stroke. Hold on. Am I frozen? Hold on. Am I still frozen? Am I unfrozen? I'm back. It looks like I'm frozen again. What is happening right now? All right, I'm going to come right back. Don't go anywhere. I'm exiting out. I'll be right back. Are we back? Is it working this time? Hopefully it's working this time. Hopefully it's working this time. Let me know. Let me check. View on YouTube. It appears to be working. We're back. We're good. Awesome. Am I frozen again? What is happening, bro? Can you hear me, though? Can you hear me? Hold on. But can you hear me? I know you can. I see my face is frozen. But can you hear me? I'm going to lose my mind. It looks like it's working. It just keeps freezing. What is happening right now? Is this a StreamYard glitch? I don't know. You can hear me fine. Just talk. All right, whatever. But like, if I share shit, will that work? I don't know. I don't know. Dude, this sucks. This sucks, man. This fucking sucks. It blows. It really sucks. Thank God this didn't happen during the 𝗀𝗄𝗃 thing. Okay, this is annoying. Try sharing. Yeah, let me try sharing something and see if that works. Here, I'll share this other episode. All right, like if I share this episode, does it come up? Does it work? Let's see. Am I frozen there too? Wait, I'm frozen here? No. All right. It seems to be working. And the fact that they can't, the judge was like, do you really need to go to the crime scene? It's over. This is 1000% going to be an acquittal. So let's watch the cross. Let's just jump right to the cross and see what a disaster it's this working was. now? Okay. All right. We'll find out. Hopefully it keeps working. All right. Hopefully it keeps working. I'm fucking frozen again. So like the thing works, but I freeze. What is happening right now? Is this like a me problem or a StreamYard problem? Like, does it unfreeze at some point? Check your video cable. What the fuck does that mean? My video cable? You're back. You're frozen. You're good. Okay, Turtleboy, you sounded better. Now I'm frozen again. And now I'm getting text messages, probably telling me I'm frozen. Okay. I don't get it. Let's see. We got a member saying, Cindy saying it freezes when you're putting something up. It will go right back. It happens to Jen M. It's fine. It goes right back. Who's Jen M? Here. We watch the glare for a minute. Let's see.
It was just like, okay, I need the nourishment, you know, really not much different than the goop in the first Matrix movie.
Hold on.
Not much different, just, you know, it has amino acids and, you know, protein and everything the body needs. You know, and Mouse is like, it doesn't have everything the body needs. So hold on a second. Oh man.
So it appears
I tried to mute.
Am I frozen again?
Anyway.
I froze again.
So yeah, he knows it's brilliant because it is fucking brilliant. That shit is fucking hilarious. And he at least acknowledges it and says, this is brilliant.
Okay. Anyway.
Been minding his own business with 𝗄𝗄𝗃 because Kate Peter put out a video trying to trash 𝗄𝗄𝗃 because 𝗄𝗄𝗃 is a conservative.
Okay. So anyway, hopefully it's working now. You can hear me. Am I completely frozen? Like the show's going to be ruined if I'm frozen. I can't do the show frozen. Or can I? It freezes and then unfreezes. Yeah, I figured that one out. I don't know. Should I go back? Should I start over? You're not frozen anymore. Every time I go and watch it, though, I am clearly frozen. Okay, I'm unfrozen now. And now I'm frozen every time I fucking freeze. Oh my God. Should I just do the show? Like, what should I do? I have to do the show. It's my job. I have to do a show. But I can't, how can I work under these circumstances? How can I work in these conditions? Like, I keep freezing. Reboot router. It's not the internet. The internet's clearly working fine. Clearly the internet's working fine. Everything's working fine. Like, I couldn't get on websites and stream in the first place if there was something wrong with the internet. This has to be a StreamYard thing. Everyone's like, restart the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi is fine. Okay, 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗏 to a trust says, log out, plug your webcam into a different USB port, and log back in. That's some troubleshooting I can try. Let me try. What do you mean log out? Like, okay, end the stream. Okay, now I'm not ending the stream. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. All right, hopefully it works now. Let's see. Let's see if that does any better. Let's see if now, okay. Now it froze 5 seconds into this. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't even know what's going on. You know what the thing is on my end? I'll show you what I see on my end. Actually, I can't. Hold on. I'll show you this. What is bro? See, this is what I hold on. This is fucked up. Okay. What is happening? What's going on? Dude, what is that? What is this? All right, I can't do that. I'm gonna die listening to that. That's scary. Am I frozen? I see I'm unfrozen, but watch, I'll be frozen again in 2 seconds. Yeah, as soon as I start looking at it, it freezes. Dude, what is going on right now? Let me try. I'll try using my webcam. It's not going to be as good. The webcam sucks. I'll try that. All right, the FaceTime camera. Okay. Hold on. Now I'm like disappearing into shit. Hold on. I'm going to go with no green screen on this then. All right, we'll just do this. Maybe this works a little better. You tell me. So was it the webcam that was doing it? Was the webcam fucked up? Like, is this working now? All right. Anyway, we'll go with this. The show must go on. Let's do it. All right. Let me read some turtle chats if we have any. Let me refresh this. All right. Starting off here with Norfolk County citizen sends $5 and goes, the Deitch campaign needs 1,000 signatures to get Adam on the ballot. He's not on the ballot yet? Norfolk County Turtle Riders, please come down to Holbrook Middle School this Saturday, April 4th from 9 to 12 p.m. Tick, tick, boom. Okay. Tick, tick, boom. All right, get down. How is he not on the ballot yet? And that reminds me to share the Crawford coverage of that Stoughton thing, because that was hilarious. All right, next. Lori sends $5, goes, Maureen from Kelsey's trial reminds me of Dr. 𝗵𝗂𝗧𝗂 from Karen's trial. Both of them just told it like it is and didn't give a shit who they offended. It sure is. It sure is. Yes, sir. All right, next. Kyle sends $10, goes, did we all take acid? With that last one, maybe, man. That's what it felt like. That's what it felt like. I guess we're just going to go with this one. Move the mic closer and it won't echo as bad. All right, let's try that. Now I'm all fucked up. Okay. There. All right. Hopefully it's good. I got a lot of shit to take care of in the new house, man, but it'll come along nicely. Trust me, it'll all be worth it. All right, next. Do we have any more? No, that's it for Turtle Chats. Let's see what we got for Cash Apps, if there are any. Yeah, we got Marianne sends $10 and says, let freedom ring. Love you. Thank you very much, Marianne. I love you too. Julie sends $10, goes, best episode ever. Comedy gold. I tried. Jennifer sends $5 and goes, did you just get laid? Did I just get laid? I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of. I must have missed that if I did, but you know, I hope not. My kids were here. My kids were here earlier. My son, you saw the picture on Twitter. Tell me this isn't like good, clean, all-American fun. You know, he comes over here and he loves it here. And he's like, can I go outside? And he was like playing basketball. We have a basketball hoop in our driveway. And he's out there. He's like, can I go outside and play basketball after dinner? And I'm like, you don't have to, you never have to ask that. Nowadays, if a kid wants to go outside and play, you should say hallelujah. Like that. I mean, that's what I used to do as a kid. Just couldn't wait to get outside and play. But that's because I didn't have an iPhone or an iPad or any of that shit. I probably would have been stuck on my iPad if I had one back in the day. And so I'm like, yeah, absolutely. And I hear him outside and I hear other kids. I'm like, what's going on? What's all the hubbub outside? And I look outside, right? And he's making friends. Like there's neighborhood kids here, you know? And this on like a nice spring day, you know, shorts and a t-shirt. This, ladies and gentlemen, is the American dream. This is what it's all about right here. This is why you work hard for this moment right here, right? A house in the suburbs, your kids playing basketball in the driveway, other neighborhood kids come along. They want to play too. They make friends. That's America right there, baby. It's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. All right. And thank you guys all for helping make that happen. So I appreciate that. All right. All right. Let's see what we have here. If we have any more turtle chats. All right. Eileen sends $10, goes, Aidan, when you share something, you freeze only. We can hear you and we can see and hear the content you're sharing. Jess goes through this all the time. Not like this, she doesn't, though. This is bad. This is worse. And it must be the camera thing, because ever since I switched to this camera, everything's fine. All right, cool. All right, if anyone else wants their messages read, click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat or cash at me at $UncleTurtleboy. Okay, just real quick to address the elephant in the room there. Yes, you might have seen it on social media today. I did get a temporary restraining order issued against Meredith O'Neill in South Boston District Court yesterday. A lot of people urged me to do it a long time ago. The reason I hadn't done it was because I was hoping this would just go away. I was hoping it would just stop. And I thought it was kind of dying down there. And it was. And the 𝗪𝐿𝐶ie Fitzsimmons trial happened. And the first day of the 𝗪𝐿𝐶ie Fitzsimmons trial, she went and she got an order. And she got her affidavit impounded. I have seen it. I can't talk about it. I can't distribute it. Nothing. But all you need to know is that I have never done anything to her that would warrant any sort of harassment or criminal restraining order at all. Okay. At all. So, there's no reason. In order to get an order on me, you have to go into a courthouse and lie. That's it. You have to go in there and you have to pretend that you're something you're not. Okay. When I went in there the other day, I didn't get my affidavit impounded because I have nothing to hide. I'm not putting lies in an affidavit. My affidavit is out there now. You can read it. It's a small sampling of the hell that I've been put through in the last 4 or 5 months, whatever. And it's sad that it's come to this, but how much stalking can one person endure before they have to take action to protect themselves, like from somebody who is dangerous? Like one of the most dangerous, unhinged things, underrated, that happened was all those messages I was receiving. It happened 8 separate times telling me, I know where you are. You're in this place. They would tell me where I am all the time. Often when I was with someone else. Okay. I know you're this place. I know you're this place, whatever. And remember we were debating like who is this? We all knew who it was, but everyone's like, who is this? Who's doing this to him? Or like, how are they doing it was the question. And there was 2 schools of thought. Some people thought maybe there was something in my phone, some app or something that the fuck was that? You guys hear that? How was that sound? I just heard some sound. I don't know. Some people thought it was like an app that somebody was using to track me or whatever. Others thought that maybe there was something on my car, like a tracer or something like that. But it was neither, as it turns out. As it turns out, there was she had been hacking into my real Twitter account, because I've taken the advice of many people. I didn't publicly talk about this, but I've hired someone, okay? Somebody who knows this shit, a professional, and I've paid them a lot of money because I want answers, right? I want to know what's going on here. And this person has hacked into my Twitter account since some point in early October, okay? Right after the recording gate started happening. And how do you get into my Twitter account? If you know a common password that I use, that's one way to get in, isn't it? Right? And if you know the email password associated with the account, then you can get in there and change the password. If I change my password, can't you? Right? Which is exactly what happened. So if you have access to my account since, I think, October 12th, I forget the first date that we determined access was, so they got into the Twitter account. So all of your messages have been read. If you ever messaged me on Twitter, she read your messages. Just understand that, okay? Not anymore, but she did, okay? And when you're in the Twitter account, you have the ability to track where you go, because you can see IP locations, right? So that's why I was getting all those text messages, because she was in the Twitter account looking at the IP addresses in the general vicinity and knowing like where I was. And yeah, so because I've seen the whole IP log now on the Twitter account, and they align directly with the messages that I was getting on those certain dates, etc. So if that's not grounds for an order, what is? If that's not grounds for an order? Emily C says, you are the reason they invented the 2-step verification. True. I am. It's just like, I got mad because I'm like, I could use 2-step verification. I could change all my passwords, or she could just stop hacking into my account. Can we just stop? Like, why do you care? Why do you care what I'm doing? Why do you care what I'm reading? Who I'm talking to? who I'm sleeping with. Like, why do you care at all? I don't care at all about what she's doing. You know, I just didn't understand, but it is what it is. But yes, I can still get into the 𝗵𝗵𝗧𝗂𝗧 Kearney account. That's it. So anyway, yeah. So I went down and I applied for an order of protection. I went in front of Judge Albertson, I think was her name. And she said, you could go to your local district courthouse if you want. What are you doing here? And 𝗵𝗏𝗄 just happened to be there on other business. And he was like, yeah, Your Honor, he's got to, you know, what did he say? Yeah, he was like, yeah, Your Honor, we intended on applying for a restraining order. But then the 𝗪𝐿𝐶𝐵 Fitzsimmons trial happened. We were going to do it right after, but I couldn't without him. And I want my lawyer there for it. And she kind of beat us to the punch, knew it was coming and got down there and beat us to the punch. They don't grant reciprocal orders very often. The courts don't like doing that. If one person has an order, unless it's under like extreme circumstances. And so the judge read my affidavit and came back and had a lot of questions about it. She wanted to know about the phone extraction, she said that, so who had access? So pornographic images are on the phone extraction. That's right. And they've been distributed. That's right. How do you know they've been distributed? People who are adversarial to me on social media have them and are posting it. And how do you know who had it? Me and her. That's it. And the judge said, well, obviously you didn't send it, right? That's right. I would not send my phone extraction to people who hate me. I would not do that. That makes no sense. And so the judge knows. The judge's not stupid. And 𝗵𝗏𝗄's there, and 𝗵𝗏𝗄 testified, and he was like, yeah, Your Honor, all of my privileged communications with him have been posted by her. The judge didn't like that very much because there's just no, that serves no purpose other than that's coercive control. So whatever. I got the temporary order. The two-party hearing is coming up, I believe April 8th. And you know, hopefully I get it, but I can't have an order on me. That's for sure, because that's dangerous. You know, that's nobody wants an order on them because an order limits your rights and limits your freedoms, limits where you can go. The only person who ever got a full year order on me was Lindsay. And Lindsay got the full year order on me, right? Because there was an allegation there of assault. And there was open charge of witness intimidation in that hadn't been litigated yet. And so the judges almost always just give the order out that way, right? And I was also in jail. So I was in custody when that hearing happened. And then we had the hearing the next year for the renewal, and I won. So, you know, but with her, it's there's no chart, there's nothing. I don't even know. There's nothing to talk about. So anyway, I'm not really going to talk strategy or specifics or anything like that. Going into this, I didn't want this to happen. I wanted, all of this was, until now, all of this was just Twitter back and forth, YouTube back and forth. If you weren't on Twitter, or you're not following this drama, you wouldn't know it existed. Now it's going to be on the public record in court. And it's all going to happen there. And that's too bad. That's too bad because it didn't have to be this way. Didn't want it to be this way. I just wanted to move on with my life. That's all. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's the elephant in the room. I have a temporary restraining order and I will be, it just sucks because here's the deal. People are do your journalism and stuff like that. You got to do your journalism and blah, blah, blah. How can I do that? How can I focus when this is going on? You can't focus. That's another thing about this. You can't focus. I'm trying to do a million things. I'm trying to move into a new house and do all this other shit, and got my own charges. And I'd love to do some journalism, but this takes up so much of my time because now I have to drive to South Boston. That's a day, it's a full day. There goes your whole day. You're driving to South Boston, you're going to court, right? If somebody's trying to get an order on you, that could put you in danger because if you violate an order, then you're charged and then you can get your bail revoked. I can't afford that. Okay. And so I just had to. Did you hear that? I heard more shit in my ear there. I don't know if you guys heard that too. It's like a boom. I don't know. But I had to, this has to stop. It's got to stop. I don't know what else to say. It just needs to stop, and hopefully it does stop. But okay. So that's that, and that's the elephant in the room, and you guys can talk about it on all the other programs if you'd like. But for here, I want to play a funny video here that I have not seen yet. It's the 𝗬𝗄𝗃 𝗪𝐿𝐶 Fitzsimmons pretrial hearing. I got to see this. This was highly recommended. Okay, hold on. Let me see this one.
Glad that you're here. The entire framework of this case has been a circus. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is when 𝗪𝐿𝐶 was recovering in the hospital, Justin broke into her house, robbed her, and he stole evidence. Okay, Your Honor, since you're new and you know very little about this case, let's just back up. When the incident occurred, Mr. 𝗬𝗄𝗄𝗧 was in the basement. He heard the gunshots and very bravely, he left the house. It's all on video. Very cool, very calm, very collected. So he's not a precipient witness. So he was a witness at the scene. Well, not done. Defense counsel sent my office a video of Mr. 𝗬𝗄𝗄𝗧. I'm going to call him Justin, entering the house on a specific day. What they're omitting is the North Andover police told him he could go in. He even told them that her name was on the deed, and they said, go right ahead. He also asked for a police escort because he was worried about what the defendant might do from her hospital bed while he was robbing her house. In his words, he called it vengeance. So yeah, he does push the door open, but it was just to retrieve some of his items. Oh. His items, like 𝗪𝐿𝐶's laptop, 𝗪𝐿𝐶's passport, and 𝗪𝐿𝐶's letter. So at that point, the alarm goes off. The alarm went off because he doesn't live there anymore and he was breaking in, okay? So he calls the police and he's like, can you get here? I'm so worried. And he starts.
What's with the tiny hands? Does 𝗃𝗿𝗄𝗺 have tiny hands? I never noticed that. Is that like, is that a thing? 𝗃𝗿𝗄𝗺 has like tiny hands? I did not notice that. Oh man, that's great.
To gather his belongings. So that's what this drama queen is calling breaking and entering and theft. And our office already looked into it. We're not going to charge Mr. 𝗬𝗄𝗄𝗧. I don't even know if he knows this is out there. I don't even know if he understands it. He's on a lot of drugs. Frankly, Your Honor, I'm glad that you're here. The entire framework of this case has been a circus. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is when 𝗪𝐿𝐶 was recovering in the hospital, Justin broke into her house,
wait, haven't we seen this
robbed her, and he stole evidence. Okay, Your Honor, since you—
Oh, we saw that one already. Okay, let me see this one. Oh, what's this one? 𝗬𝗄𝐶 does the Natalie tapes. I gotta see this one. Hold on, we gotta see the Natalie tape.
Schneider Inc. fact. Present is Brian Tully. Natalie Burschneider, Weavick, alumni of Bentley University. It used to be called Bentley College. And you have an immunity letter from Ken Mello in exchange for your truthful testimony. So to start, what is your relationship with Karen Reed? We went to Bentley College together, and I went in 1998 and I graduated in 2002. And we weren't friends per se, and we weren't in the same sorority, but I did see Karen once at a frat party. So I sent her a message on Facebook. It was either April or May or June. No, not June, maybe April. So I said there's this person, Jen Altman, in the comments, and I told Karen she's like a white female 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. So that's when I told Karen about Jen and how we had to make t-shirts that say Jen the Badass. We flew here to California to talk to you about turtle. One day, Karen and Aidan talked on the Funky Fresh app, and I said, I'm going to go give my little girl a bath. So I got in the bathtub, and the water was a little too warm. So then I added some cold water, but then it was too cold. So then I added some hot water. So then it was just right. So we added the bubbles. And then like 45 minutes later, we got out and we put on our PJs. And now Karen and Turtle talk all the time without me. Okay, this is good. How do you know that they're communicating? Oh, I don't know. I just guessed. So anyways, come on, let's go. So I told Turtle that one day Hollywood is going to come knock on your door and you're going to need to be ready. But in the meantime, you're going to need to chill on your love for Trump and the way you say read. What do Aidan and Karen talk about? And since I'm the goose who laid the golden egg, I got in touch with my friend who has 6 to 8 Emmys. And because there was this fellow who made a documentary about a girl and her boyfriend, but since Aidan is such an egomaniac, he thought that they wanted to do a documentary about him. Help yourself to any of this. So the next thing that happened with Turtle was,
oh, the wine.
Actually, let me tell you about that part later. So I knew I needed to work on my mental health. So I left the justice group on Facebook, and then I decided I needed to go to Germany. And what date is that? So that's how I knew it was in June, because it was like the same time that Nick Rocco was selling t-shirts. Wait, before you tell me about t-shirts, please tell me what people were posting on those sites about the grand jury. I don't know, because remember, I left the group. Of course you did. But one thing you do need to know about Turtle is that he didn't listen to me, because I said, you can't go like a cartoon character with a turtle tie and a lime green shirt, and maybe you need to put some moisturizer on, but he didn't. What brand of moisturizer? Nivea. So in the back of my mind, I was like, I'm going to get you back one day. And that's why I'm talking to you right now. Did you ever donate to Karen Reed? I did, okay? I donated $1,000, and then I donated another $50, and I donated $300 to Aidan. And I know I should have donated it to babies with AIDS. I just feel so embarrassed. I feel like I have egg on my face. Good night. Okay, ending the recording at 11:53 p.m.
It's just funny because that's exactly how it went down. That's exactly how it went down. Hold on, we got a couple others here to show you real quick. What's this one? Oh yeah, so the show tonight is called Turtleboy Reacts, because we're just gonna have a good time and watch some shit tonight. Because I had nothing planned. I've been so busy with I have to deal with the 5150 thing. I have to deal with it. Okay, it's gonna take a lot of research. I have like a whole team of people going through shit, trying to help me out with this, figure shit out, get ready for court. It's 8 more days. I got to be prepared for this one. 8 more days. Anyway, Jimmy had some funny shit on here too, with cards. Okay. Hi, poor. So it's garbage pail kids. Okay, that's what you got. What the?
And you also get introducing our new 3 brand new content creator garbage pail kids. First one, and she's the first garbage pail kid to have 2 cards. This is our 2nd edition of Nan. This is Charlanan, like charlatan, but it's Charlanan. And it's a sticker.
What does it say? Hold on, I gotta get out of there. Hold on. That's man. He makes these. Charlatan, always begging for the spotlight and paying for attention.
And it says, always begging for the spotlight and paying for attention. And look, there's a little Charlatan on the thing.
Oh yeah. Charlatan. Who else?
Next new one is Crackpot Crawford.
Oh no. Oh boy. I don't pick fights 10 minutes later. Dude, trust me, I know everything. Reasons I'm right. Number 1, wrestling. Number 2, the dogs. Number 3, common sense. Number 4, Google. Crackpot Crawford. They call me Crawford. Who else you got?
And this one that's near and dear to my heart, inspired by yesterday's live stream, is 𝗵𝗄𝗃 ass burger.
Wait, what is that 𝗵𝗄𝗃 Insider? 𝗵𝗄𝗃 Insider has never done anything to me. I have nothing against her. So I'm not condoning this. But does she have an issue? Did she do a stream about Jimmy? Is that what this is about? I don't even know. What is happening here? Am I going to get demonetized for this? What's going on? What is that? I don't get it.
So that will be included if you win any donation, happy, any amount. I don't care. But please include your mailing address if you.
Okay. All right, cool. Anyway, I wanted to show you, I guess, the select board meeting tonight. Everyone's talking about it. Some guy badmouthed me or something. Let's play tonight's Canton select board meeting and see what happens.
Read a statement first. Just looks like 7 speakers.
Is this Peter Hennessy, Grandpa Eclipse? I think that's him. There's Angela Chan O'Donnell and Ashley Bell and Brenda Sweeney. Is that Peter Murphy in the back?
Up. Let's just try to get to the point.
Chris Albert is out. They just announced
3
that he's
minutes,
not here
if
tonight.
It goes a little longer, we'll be all right, but I'd rather, keep it brief. Public comment of the meeting is an opportunity to listen to residents' feedback. Minutes total, not required. I would ask all.
Wait, only 3 people there. Where's the other 2? Where's Chris Albert, Chicken Parm Charlie, and Michael Lochran?
Members of the audience to be respected. Yes, sir.
Good evening, Peter Hennessy, Canton.
Oh, this is Peter Hennessy. This is the guy. You guys know about Grandpa Eclipse? The guy I had a showdown with September of 2023 at the Board of Select Board meeting. This guy's such a douchebag. I heard he talks about me here. Let's see what he says.
Mass. Recently, emails released from Aidan Kearney's personal cell phone extraction have been circulated.
So just to be clear, emails recently released from Aidan Kearney's personal cell phone extraction released by Meredith O'Neill. So what he's about to say right now came from Meredith O'Neill, not from me. She released this.
Through social media outlets. Some of these emails are specific to the town of Canton. Multiple emails were sent to Kearney from a former member of FinCom and a current member of this select board. Those individuals are David 𝗀𝗄𝗏, a former member of FinCon, currently seeking 2 seats for election, first the select board and secondly town assessor. And second person is Trish Boyden, sitting member of the select board.
So that's true. Both David 𝗀𝗏, who is running for select board in Canton, and Trish Boyden, who is on the select board and was the top vote getter out of 4 in the 2024 selectman race. Both of them emailed me tips early on in this whole thing. Okay. So both of them were sources, right? I'm not from Canton. I don't know the ins and outs of Canton. People there do. And people there for years had dealt with the McAlbert Mafia. And they had seen the favoritism and the double standards and what these people were allowed to get away with. And they knew the ins and the outs and who was connected and who wasn't. And they gave me tips and they gave me ideas. And they, this is what journalists do. They act on tips. They get tips from sources and they work those sources. They ask those sources questions. They write back and forth. And so I went back and forth with these people. This is how I was able, people wonder why I was able to report this. People like Karen Reed handed you this story. No, she didn't. These were my sources. People like Trish Boyden, people like David 𝗀𝗏𝗏, people like that who people like Rita Lombardi, you know, the people like Peter Murphy. Those were my sources. Okay. And now they all messaged me because they thought it was confidential and private, and it was. And it was. Until January 30th, 2025, when Meredith O'Neill stole my phone extraction out of my bag at my house, plugged it into a computer, and read it all. Okay? And I want to be very clear here about what happened. Let me see this. About why this happened. Okay, this is a message. She wanted to know about other women who were in my phone, right? And so this is admittedly what she did it for. Just read this message. This kind of says it all. So this is a message she sent to some woman who doesn't even matter who the woman is, okay? Who she had gone through my phone extraction and read our messages. She had no idea that me and this woman had sent sexual messages in the past to each other, okay? She did no clue about that. Then she read my messages, and then she starts harassing this woman after reading the messages, okay? And she goes, also, nobody shared revenge porn. Do you remember the state police seized his phone? Yeah. Well, there's extraction of that, and I assist with the legal stuff. I'm on the legal team. I assist with the legal stuff. I wondered why you were so obsessed with me. So I searched your name, and it suddenly all made sense. He's embarrassed by you. Again, I had no idea any of this was going on. And it says right there. So she would just go through it, and she wanted to know all this shit, and multiple people were harassed. And now she got the whole, that's why she stole the phone extraction, because she wanted to know more about who I've hooked up with in the past before I even knew her. And now, as a result, she got in a bad mood and she released the entire thing. And this is how it's manifested itself. Innocent people like Trish Boyden and David Clough, who loved their town and wanted reform and were happy that finally some journalist, even as uncouth as I am, and as much as they normally wouldn't like associate with somebody like me because I'm a little too offensive, whatever, no one else was covering this. And so they were happy to get their story out there. And now everybody's got it. The bad guys got it. So just remember that anybody standing by that individual and defending them is on the side of the McAlberts. Is just as bad as she is, just as bad. Every single one of them. And we're gonna call them out name by name with these people. And we're not gonna forget what they did. We're not gonna forget. You support this shit, you're a piece of shit, garbage human being with no morals at all. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Duly elected to that position, I believe, 2 years ago. Both Boyden and Clough repeatedly reached out to blogger Aidan Kearney to provide him with information on local Canton citizens.
Okay.
That included people serving on boards, on town committees, a state representative, a current and retired police officers, and many other private citizens and numerous local businesses. You may wonder to what purpose. Well, Kearney would boast public shaming works. And as we all witnessed, Aidan made a living out of public shaming. Canton individuals, families, businesses, and community leaders suffered under Aidan Kearney.
Suffered. They suffered.
Karen Reed herself had many texts revealed in this extraction. And this example, she praised him for his excellent work.
Wait, what happened?
As we all witnessed, Aidan made a living out of public shaming.
Oh, yeah.
Canton individuals.
Yeah, I have made a living out of public shaming, you grandpa Eclipse. I have made You know why I've made a living out of public shaming? Because that's what the people want. The people want shitty people to be publicly shamed. People like Chris Albert. Yes, you're right. I 1000% have made a healthy living shaming the shameless. Absolutely. It is a public service that we need more of. And that is why I'm popular. That's why I have a new house, because that people want that shit. People love that stuff. They want it. They want pieces of shit like the motherfuckers that you stand for exposed. And that's what I did. People like you ran the town of Canton into the ground for years. I came in there and I fixed that shit. We started a revolution there. Great people began getting elected. You had 5 old crotchety white men on that select board. Look at it now. And it's only going to get better from there. Only going to get better from there. Grandpa Eclipse. What else you got?
Families, businesses, and community leaders suffered under Aidan Kearney.
Suffered. Who suffered?
Karen Reed herself had many texts revealed in this extraction. And this example, she praised him for his excellent work.
Yeah, you hear that, haters right there? You hear that? Randall and Mike Crawford, she praised me for my work. She ever praised you? No, she didn't. Oh, I talked to her on the phone one time. We're really fucking impressed. We're really fucking impressed. Karen Reed doesn't give a fuck about you. The fact that you are associated with her right now is her greatest failure. It is why nobody really talks about Karen Reed anymore, because of you guys, because she's with you guys now. She ain't with me anymore. That's why everyone's talking about 𝗪𝗁 Fitzsimmons now. Right? Crawford, and now this motherfucker's up here. At least he can admit it. But so what? Yeah, what'd she say? What'd she say? Hold on.
Aidan Kearney.
Okay, Karen Reed, what?
Karen Reed herself had many texts revealed in this extraction. And this example, she praised him for his excellent work.
Okay, so first of all, the fact that these guys are reading all of Karen Reed's messages is the result of Meredith O'Neill doing that. So anyone who pretends to, who supports Meredith O'Neill cannot possibly say with a straight face that they support Karen Reed. They can't. Karen Reed doesn't support Meredith O'Neill. She wants nothing to do with her because of shit like this. Right? So there you go. I mean, what are these people saying?
Look what you have done to their reputations and my jury pool. Chris's business is the next casualty, just a matter of time.
Yeah, maybe that's because his pizza sucks and his chicken parm is mediocre at best. Maybe that's why. And honestly, Chris's business isn't going anywhere. Look at the fucking location. It's like right in the middle of Canton, right? Like, and what else does he sell out of that pizza shop? That's what people really want to know. What else does he sell out of there? I mean, his business was, he couldn't pay the pepperoni man prior to any involvement by me. He doesn't pay his goddamn taxes.
Chloe and Boyd knew full well what would happen to the individuals and businesses who they named and delivered to Aidan Kearney. On their own, these actions are indefensible.
Why? What's indefensible about it?
The fact that they insisted on assurance.
What is indefensible about it? You worthless piece of shit old man. You lonely, sad, old fucking loser of a man. Peter Hennessy, AKA Grandpa Eclipse. You know what the good part about it, you know what the best part about waking up every day is that you are one day closer to dying. That's it. Peter, that's it. That's the only good, that's the best part. Every day I wake up, it's a new day. And I'm like, oh, good. Old man Peter Hennessy is one day closer to expiring. That's it. Because you provide nothing to the world. You are a useless waste of space. You take up valuable oxygen, food, gas, other natural resources. You are a drain on society. Nobody likes you. No, certainly nobody loves you, right? And no one's going to come to your funeral when you die which isn't that far away. You are fucking useless. You are the scum under my fucking shoe. Go get in the hole. Get in the hole, Peter. Oh, Turtleboy, Karen, you read his phone. Trish Boyden. Oh, need some more dirt there, Peter Hennessy. Need some more dirt. Oh, David Club. David who? Huh? You need some more dirt? Need some more dirt there, Peter? I couldn't be happier. I'm offending this loser.
Anonymity.
Wait, what did he say? Oh, Crawford took it down. What a little bitch Crawford is, huh? Crawford's such a fucking homo. Don't worry. All the antis have it on Twitter. Let's go on Twitter. What a fucking loser this dude is. What a loser. Anyone have, I'm calling him right now. I'm calling Crawford. Crawford, put the video right back up or I'm going to say your phone number on my stream. Do it. I will fucking do it. Don't make me dox you. Don't make me do it. Don't be a little bitch. Hold on.
Please leave your message for 978502408.
Hey, what's up, Mike? I was just watching your stream. Not many people do, but I was watching your stream. And it appears you took it down right in the middle of it. And I'm wondering why you did that. Why'd you do that? So you're obviously watching my show, right? Which, of course, you are. You watch my show. I don't watch your show. Nobody watches your show, as you know from the ratings, because you have giraffes on there. Hell, you had Afro Man on there, which is a big get. 300 people watched it, bro. 300. You had the biggest man in the media, and you got all of 300 people. Twisted Charities gets that on afternoon streams talking about me. Okay? You understand that, Crawford? You called me, you messaged me a couple months ago begging for mercy, saying, oh, people call me Crawford. I'm sorry. I was in a bad place. I was going through a lot. Vagina Mike, you got to stop, okay? The pettiness, you got to stop. You picked the wrong team. You picked the losing team. You picked Team Hoodbugger Talk Radio. And I know you're mad about that because it felt good a couple months ago. You're like, we got Karen Reed on our side. We're unstoppable. Where's she at now, motherfucker? Where's she at now? She calling you? She stopped returning your text, didn't she? She's not talking anymore, is she, Crawford? Is she? So I just don't get why you're so petty, man. Why you got to be petty like that? You acting like I can't get on. I mean, I was doing you a favor. By showing the world that you exist still. Nobody even knew you existed. So I'm on here sharing your channel, blah, 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 and you take it down in the middle of a stream. What's up with that, bro? What's up with that? I don't know. So anyway, do you still feel like you made Mark Betterow who he is? Remember when you said that and everybody laughed at you? I'm too good for Betterow. How's that going? How's your views without Betterow and me? How's that going? Anybody watching you anymore? Don't worry. I mean, you can compete with Twisted Charities all you want. Anyway, I'll talk to you later, man. Bye. All right. Let's see if he calls me back. I don't know. Did he really take it down? This motherfucker took down the stream. And now it's back up. Okay, hold on. He's playing fuck games. Hold on. Not saying what I'm doing right now. He put it back up. He really put it back up. All right, let's see. Come on. Don't crap out of me here. I'm doing something there. Casey tries taking it down again.
Patience.
No, okay, it's still there. So he just took it down and then he really did that? All right, Crawford, guess what? I don't care if you take it down now because I downloaded it. I got the whole thing. Take it down again. I dare you. Do it again. It won't matter a thing to me. We got it. We got it. Okay, we're going to watch it again. Got it. All right, let's go back and watch this.
And my jury pool.
Yeah.
Chris's business is the next casualty. Just a matter of time. Chloe and Boyd knew full well what would happen to the individuals and businesses who they named and delivered to Aidan Kearney. On their own,
what would happen?
On their own, these actions are indefensible. But the fact that they insisted on assurance of anonymity only compounds and adds to their culpability.
Because they wanted to be anonymous, because they didn't want to be attacked by people like you and the McAlbert Mafia. By the way, you ain't one of them, bro. They ain't accepting you in their cult. You ain't getting invited to the barbecue. I never see you in any pictures there with the fist up. I don't see any of that. Yeah, God, I wonder why they would want anonymity, but I guess that means they're culpable.
All the while claiming the high ground of their own transparency and accountability. A trust broken is a bridge burned. Thank you.
That's it? Loser.
To the left.
My name is Ashley Bell. I live on Dedham Street.
Oh, boy.
I just wanted to share something that I had the privilege to witness and be part of recently.
She was in the phone extraction.
Last month. At a recent open house that we had at the Canton Historical Society, there was a group of kids about 5 to 8 years old that rang the ring doorbell. And they came in with a box of old 18th century pottery. They were in the woods behind the society. No one told them to do it, and they were just to where they live and the history around them. The sense of community and curiosity of these being divisive.
Yeah.
You can do your thing and hurt people along the way. That's fine if you want to do that. I think in different ways, with different perspectives, we all want to bring our community forward. And
everyone has a voice in local government. The question is whether you use it. Election day is 1 week from today, Tuesday, April 7th. In 3 weeks, we will see at least one new board member up there, just as we did last year with Sue Harrington, who won by 1,400 votes, and the year before with Trish Boyden, who received the most votes out of all candidates. Trish shows up, does the work, follows through, and takes accountability.
Yes, she does.
This weekend, I asked an 11-year-old girl what she thinks Canton needs. Without hesitation, she said, a roof at the Luce Elementary School. It's not in great shape. I told her, you know, there are people in town who decide how money gets spent. And then being a sassy 11-year-old Canton girl, she looked at me and said, I know, Angie. Our kids are paying attention. They are very, very opinionated, and they have a lot to say. It's important that we teach them how to do it constructively. How do you get a roof at the Luce that is not yellow and disgusting? I asked Select Board candidate Greg Murphy, and he answered that there's a capital request on the warrant this year. But Greg Murphy didn't just answer my question. He encouraged me to get involved by joining the capital planning committee. And I did. My first in Canton won't be my last. So circling back to that sassy 11-year-old girl with a funding request for a much needed new roof at the Luce Elementary School. Just saying. She doesn't know yet.
She was one of the first people, if you guys go back, who spoke out at a select board meeting. She's really the first, I think. I remember that. Like real early on in my reporting, she got up at a select board meeting and she spoke. And she aired her grievances. Right? And Ashley Bell was also a source. Ashley Bell, the chick who just talked there, she had sent me information during this. And she has also been doxxed and had her information put out there and stuff like that. Ashley Bell didn't even have that much to say. She lives on, like she said, she lives on Dedham Street. Uri Buchanan came to her house looking for ring camera footage. That was her hot tip for me. And she kind of knew who the McAlberts were and stuff like that. And, you know, she kind of gave me like the lay of the town. She didn't have that much. She didn't really give me that much. But Angela here, Angela was at the rolling rally. You know, the big illegal event that was only illegal for me. Like whatever. So yeah, Angela really is very civically engaged. And she's a Trish Boyden supporter and a Susan Harrington. Susan Harrington beat John Connolly by 1,400 votes. So like this guy is getting up here. You're attacking like the most popular people on the select
That
board.
the request go to the Capital Planning Committee, then Finance Committee, then annual meeting, and repeat. She doesn't know all that yet, but someday she will.
Okay.
I also spoke with someone who previously served on the Historical Society. He was recruited because of his history background, a genuine passion for Canton's past, and a voice as a younger constituent. What started as sharing knowledge and interest with the Historical Society grew into deeper involvement, eventually leading him to the Historical Preservation Society, where he played a role in program development at the 𝗺𝗺 Heritage Site. It's not just about a background in finances, economic development, or law. The personal lived experiences that we share are invaluable. Canton shines brightest when everyone gets a seat at the table. A voice is earning a seat at the table. A voice is getting involved. A voice is voting. So please remember to use your voice and vote on April 7th.
There you go. There you go.
On to say how proud he is to have served those who've supported and accepted him and how they had to suffer through 3 minutes of nonsense every week. He chose to open himself up to public scrutiny by running for office, yet he's up there criticizing anyone not on his side. It's not okay for a sitting board member to chastise the citizens he represents because we're questioning events in town that impacted our lives. He babbled about how he wanted to work together to do good for the town of Canton, yet he forgot to mention he had to publicly apologize twice for unbecoming behavior. Twice. Who's really the deplorable one? What about our families being threatened, Mr. Albert? Why don't our families matter? Only yours. When we said Karen Reed was innocent, the onslaught started. Instead of being willing to have civil conversations, members of this community went on the offensive. They attacked. They gave us only one option: follow their lead or suffer the consequences. Fortunately, a sitting board member and a current candidate chose to stand with us when we asked the hard questions as we followed the evidence. The attacks were malicious: rocks thrown through windows, industrial strength poison thrown on our property, threatening letters, false accusations leading to eviction notices, attempts to get people fired. The list goes on and on. Remember lawfare, the belly bump, the trespassing, the ducks? The ducks alone cost the taxpayers thousands. Why wasn't Mr. Albert up there as a leader denouncing those attacks? Why didn't he try to help us? Instead, we got the lawfare queen in the Zoom closet, anything to shut us up. That toxic culture set up by years of poor leadership explains why we've lost so many police officers, struggled to recruit new ones, and why a brand new officer quit after only 2 days. Mr. Albert spouting, "You didn't break me," like it's a badge of honor. What a joke. That statement alone proves accountability isn't even part of his vocabulary. Refusing to resign after repeated episodes of bad behavior shows us yet another politician in it for themselves instead of honoring the unselfish service that office is meant to be. His ego prevailed. Instead of class and decorum, his parting grace was a petty spectacle of disdain hurled at us. His lack of respect proved once again he failed to properly represent this board. Showing up in a suit and tie doesn't automatically equate substance, competence, or integrity, obviously. We'll be back, taxing our leaders with accountability because we have every right to do just that. Thank you.
To the right.
Good evening.
Good
My name is
job.
Greg Murphy. I'm a Canton resident and a candidate for the select board.
Don't vote for this guy. He's like the establishment hack. Vote for David Clow. That's who we want to win. All right, cool. All right. So enough of that. Actually, I want to watch Crawford when he talks about where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Remember we watched Adam Deitch being interviewed by this guy who is so bad and like asked stupid questions, and how horrible he was. Like he didn't ask any of the questions that like anybody wanted answered with Deitch, and we like destroyed him. Watch Crawford's response to this before he does this. Let me just do this. Download YouTube video. Okay. Come on. There it is. All right, that should be working. All right, cool. All right, let's watch this.
The Norfolk County DA's office should do to continue federal law enforcement partners. And one reason why it is challenging for DA's offices to handle corruption in our country and our democracy. Blocking a highway to cross a famous bridge, violating some laws, right? And so what, where do you draw the line between saying, okay, laws have been violated here, right? But they are not laws that require prosecution because the First Amendment outweighs
Trish,
this
please.
particular situation.
So I think this is exactly why you need thoughtful leaders in positions of power in prosecutors' offices, because I think, and we've seen different examples of this across the country in our history, reflexive, regimented prosecutorial decision-making can be very dangerous and harmful in our democracy. And while I think, there are, when you say civil disobedience, that can mean a lot of different things. Absolutely. It can mean peaceful protesting. It can mean laying in front of traffic. And I think when you see what's going on across the country, I certainly feel strongly about some of the things I've seen on TV and some of the things I've seen, in or near our backyard. And so, it's everything needs to be evaluated on a case-by-case basis, whether that's civil disobedience or all kinds of other crimes.
Like hurling a sandwich.
Yes. And you look at,
how do you feel?
But Crawford just sits here and watches. Does he talk at all? He talks.
You feel should be the
this moment to ensuring local, especially matter of what the DA's.
Okay, so he talks.
Interesting. He still says he's
strong partnerships between a district attorney's office and especially the Justice Department. I think I'm uniquely situated in this moment to navigate those relationships. Some of my closest friends are in the U.S. Attorney's office. I count some of my former colleagues among my strongest supporters. I consider the current U.S. Attorney to be a good friend. And so navigating those relationships while ensuring local priorities are at the center of what the DA's.
Interesting. He still says he's friends with 𝗵𝗄𝗆, the current U.S. Attorney. He just said. Some people are criticizing in the chat, classic 𝗶𝗄𝗆 especially, about not being that specific with everything. He is specific about some things. I like the idea of the task force for one. We did pin in the chat his platform, what he's pledging to do. You can see that.
Okay. Of public resources to prosecute. So, for example, I'm thinking of former Suffolk County DA Rachel Rollins.
Connor's got some votes. Greg Connor now has 4%. So Michael Morrissey, people heard what was going on.
That was done finding that in the rate of
the machine is now at 6%.
Way because for back to and his or her is related. Or
by the way,
I think to
sometimes compassion can turn into craziness. They're not crazy. They're compassionate, but not crazy. I like.
Okay.
He's asking a good question.
Convictions in your eyes, because for example, right, we have a country with a long history of prosecuting and jailing people on faulty evidence, right? To some extent, you're always going to have convictions of innocent people.
I think this guy Noah's doing a good job. It could be a lot worse. I know Rich Schiffer was giving Noah. He doesn't like Noah for some reason. I like this guy. I do. He's asking a good question.
What question? Good questions did this idiot
A lot of
ask?
hosts aren't going to ask this question. This is the question of the day. It should be asked to every candidate for DA. What do you do when people are jailed on bullshit evidence? Didn't we just see that over and over again? They tried the bullshit evidence on a lot of different cases, right?
But because any human system is fallible. However, there are kinds of evidence that are perhaps legally admissible, but that might not pass muster in terms of actually then you can end up successfully prosecuting the wrong.
This comment, Simon. That's why I always watch how people act, what they actually do over their words. Words are kind of cheap, right? That's why I focus so much on the actions, on what they're actually.
That maybe you wouldn't
through cases with the innocence.
That's like an extra step. That's like something that, wow, that's interesting. When people don't know the Innocence Project's about, they've freed a lot of people through DNA testing.
Flawed forensic in the DA's one that is pro. My article is
trial
and tooth. Why forensic odontology is an inadmissible junk science. But I think there's a set of forensic science. I could talk about this forever.
Isn't that weird considering the Karen Reed trial and the bite marks, the dog? That is so strange, isn't it? And especially that he found it was junk science. You'd think the opposite, knowing what happened in Karen Reed being junk science and forensic science.
What?
Wild. Who would have thought?
Forensic sciences.
He's laughing because he knows
when used to.
He knows it's like, oh, it's funny. It is funny. It's weird.
Match the word maths or even logic.
What is he talking about?
I worked on a case, a house, and the Distan team and I was missing tooth. I tell the story on my first choice. For half of his life, they make me a judgment.
Just wow.
Investigators and prosecutors taking shortcuts, drawing conclusions before all the evidence was collected, and that's exactly what we've seen here in some big cases.
That was just wow. Did anybody know about that before this? This is why he needs to come out. He needs to do more of this. This was wow. Holy shit.
What?
And in that case, of this past May.
He's talking about bite marks. You are correct. Thank you, chat, for correcting me.
And there are a couple. We're running a 2-tiered system.
As far as I know, this is his first full interview. I think he's given a couple quotes to like news stations, but this is the first time I've seen him sit down with somebody.
If you guys haven't seen, I did a breakdown of this interview on a previous episode, probably like a week ago. And this interviewer was so bad. Like Deitch wanted to talk about everything. He wanted to talk about Karen Reed, Sandra Birchmore, all this stuff. And all this guy wanted to talk about was like liberal politics. that nobody cares about. It's not a hot topic issue in Norfolk County. People want to talk about the Karen Reed case and the Sandra Birchmore cover up and whether or not we should be, prosecuting people for witness intimidation, for rubber duckies and shit like that. That's what people want to talk about. They don't want to talk about this, Like
an hour and answer questions. Unless somebody else can show me another interview, this is the first interview. Yeah, I am still high from 2 nights ago. I've been high ever since. I got Afro Man. I got a sign from the universe, the sign from up above. Keep doing what you're doing, Mike. Just keep doing your show. I always end up with the best guests. Do you notice that?
What?
I find the content. That's all I'm going to go back to.
The best guests? Did you get Kelsey?
I'm staying in my lane, which is this kind of stuff. Telling you what's really going on, what to look for in the political thing, I give it to you honest. I'm not picking a side on this. Obviously, I do like Juna. She comes on my show all the time. She's the nicest lady. I think she's highly qualified. I like her. I probably favor her if I have to really say. But this Adam guy, this is a great interview. And he's got his strengths, obviously. Karen Reed supports him. And it's in the end, it's going to be up to the voters of Norfolk County. It's not even going to be up to us in the chat because most of the people in the chat don't live in Norfolk County. Some of you do. You're the ones who are going to decide.
Juna Perkins should drop out of the race because she risks splitting the vote with Deitch and Greg Connor winning with like 35% of the vote. That could definitely happen if she stays in the race. She should, if you want reform, drop out. That's what she should do. She should drop out of the race.
And I think that's ultimately my role is just to present all the information so that the voters are informed of everything. And then you guys make up your decision. You decide in the end. Nobody's going to tell you who to.
Who are connected to certain members of law enforcement. Again, it's a small minority of members of law enforcement who are.
If you missed that Afro Man interview, go watch it. We interviewed him 2 nights ago. Fucking amazing.
Yeah, you were so awesome.
Some of the stuff he dropped.
Yeah, you really got.
It's funny. I took some criticism too. They're like, you didn't ask the right questions. You were brain dead. You were out of it.
I didn't watch.
I was so happy. I didn't even look at the chat that night. The laughter. I was just enjoying it and letting the man have his fun because he just won the biggest case and he's the biggest star I've ever had on the show. Like let him say what he wants to say. I just gave the floor to him. Basically. It was awesome. It was so good.
Yeah, it was so good. Yeah,
that's what we do here. We give the floor to stars.
We give the floor to stars, aka I am not talented. Exactly. You are no talent. If your whole thing is I have the best guests, that means that you yourself can't carry a show because you're not interesting. You're not funny. People don't want to tune into anything, to hear anything you say or do because there isn't an original thought in your head, nothing. So you rely on guests. And you have, again, the biggest guy, like everyone was talking about Afro Man that week. It was 2 weeks ago. And you got him on and nobody watched you. Nobody.
Programming worldwide. Go watch it. If you didn't see that interview, go watch the Afro Man interview. Fucking phenomenal. What a week we had on the Young Jerks. We had Juna Perkins last night running for DA. We also have Adam that playing some video from an interview he did with local Stoughton cable access station.
What a week.
Stoughton Community Television. Apparently there's 7 candidates in this DA's race now, according to Juna Perkins, who was on the show last night. I counted 6. She says there's 7. So this is a big DA's race. A lot of candidates. Open seat.
Sure, we have big.
Yeah, not the other thing. It was late too. I was tired. That's the other thing people don't realize. I've been doing shows. I haven't had a day off between the dog walk.
Let's see. Between the dog walk. Yeah, you walk a lot of dogs. I know. Let's see. Big week. Let's look at the numbers here. Okay. 3,000, 1.8 thousand, 3.7 thousand, 2.6 thousand. We have that, we have 5,600 people right now, right this second on YouTube. And we have another, how many thousand on Twitter right now? I don't even fucking know. And then there's the Rumble Rats. There's 30 of you guys over there, right? So we got we have 8,450 people watching right now across various platforms. Mike, what a week Crawford has. Let's see what he's got. He 6.5 thousand, but that's just him streaming a trial. He's not even commenting. Then he's got 935 watching something called 𝗵𝗄𝗃. The video we're watching now at 2,500. 829 people tuned into the Juna Perkins one. He had Afro Man in, a grand total of 6,000 people, 6.8 thousand people have watched it. What a week. What a week at the Young Jerks. What a week they've had there. Oh, yes. Huge week. Then you go back, let's see like what he was doing, I don't know, many, many moons ago. Is that me on there? Aidan Kearney Turtleboy court hearing. 25,000 people watch that. Oh my God. Oh my God. What else? Let's see, 70, 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, 103,000. Trial recap with 𝗏𝗏𝗏 and Machado. 103,000 people watched that. 𝗏𝗏𝗏, 112,000, 111,000. But he made 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏, guys. He made 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. Nah, but 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was lucky to have him. I mean, insane. He just carried his channel. Like, I've never seen it. Things are going. What a great week at the Young Jerks. 829 people watch that. 829 people watch that. You know, you understand I could come on here and fart the alphabet and get way more than 829. I mean, that's pathetic, but whatever. He's trying his best, I guess. Anyway, let's continue watching this because I'm having fun making fun of him.
Programming worldwide. I haven't had a day off between the dog walks and the shows and the daily coverage. I've been going hard. And it was a late show for me and it was a late show for him.
He's going hard.
He had a long freaking day.
Long day.
A couple times I asked questions and he was like, "Could you repeat that?" Because he was overwhelmed. You know, he had already done CNN that day with Jake Tapper, and he had already done TMZ. He had already done a bunch of TV local news stations. I was just like the after party.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing too. When I said so let's smoke some weed, you have to smoke weed. I want you to smoke weed. I never want people smoking on my channel, but when it's Afro Man, yeah, we need to smoke.
Cool.
Especially after his win too. That was awesome. Let's watch more Adam.
Yeah, getting the kind of misconduct that I'm talking about, actually passing the test. In fact, we saw,
but he smoked during the interview. Yeah, with him. He only smoked weed with aliens
at the CDL testing site. This went to trial. Was Imagine held their road test to trial. The sergeant who was in that case, were any of them and other co-conspirators did as well. But that was taking place right here in Stoughton. And in fact, the sergeant was a resident of Stoughton. He's not currently living in Stoughton.
I have to ask, what happened?
You see the quiz
in that case? Were any of those CDLs revoked?
I had to read flagrant the conduct, high-profile cases. That common themes is think investigators and prosecutors.
You did work on, well, maybe not on the Karen Reed case in terms of her prosecution, but rather on investigating the DA office's conduct in that case, I understand. And presumably there's only so much you can comment on that, but my understanding is that you opened an investigation, you did some amount of investigating, and then that investigation was closed without any additional prosecutions or anything of that nature. Do I have that much correct? And is there any detail you want to add there?
So let me start with the Justice Department has a policy nationally not to confirm or deny the existence of investigations. This is a very unique case where it has been publicly reported that a federal investigation took place. It has been publicly reported that I was the lead assistant U.S. attorney on that case. And I can say this.
Publicly reported by me, by the way. I was the first one to report that.
The conduct that I observed as a public corruption prosecute case, I think we can all agree, I hope we can all agree that steps, and this is based exclusively, public deserves to expect from its DA's office. And, I think, unfortunately, because of that, mildly, and
some good answers today. Yes. 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 5141.
Some degree of deference arrested by considered like pre that.
Need to do this, but I can't accept that Matthew Farwell to prove up the federal case in his office handling that case, Birchmore. And so there.
I think Google screwed up. I think the AI failed us. The AI going out, that's not correct. 40 something. I like
honorable young woman. Officer, she's but the bottom line in
it says 𝗵𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 says it's suicide. The only reason we know that is because of two reasons: 𝗄𝗏 Perkins and Mike Crawford and Grace 𝗀𝗃𝗃𝗃, 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃 Radio. Those are the only three people who have been reporting on that fact, and it comes from 𝗄𝗏 Perkins, by the way. But yeah, apparently 𝗄𝗏 Perkins was at a Quincy Democrats event where Michael Morrissey claimed it was suicide. He still felt like he was backing the original medical examiner report.
Okay, you're real impressed.
I think we just talked about it again, either with 𝗄𝗏 or an answer to a question from him.
That haven't been investigated.
Speak in some way to the validity of programs like the one that she was enrolled in.
So officers are often
and I think that
when we're talking about murder or grooming and worse. So I think it raises questions about how we ensure that people like that are never involved in Explorer programs again.
And I think that I wish you went a little further. That was another great question by the host, Noah. It's a question I've been asking a lot. Like, should we just get rid of these Explorer programs nationwide? Because it seems like there's so many instances of police doing just what they did in this situation where they groom the kids.
Yep. Yeah, sure.
Good question. I like this host. I think he has some good questions. I do.
But I think more broadly, this moment
The
for law
host is
enforcement is a really
great.
tough one. And
This comment. This is funny. That's a question we should ask. If he ever comes on or anybody else gets an interview with him, that's a question that should be asked. It's a funny question to be like, how do you know Adam hasn't talked to Karen Reed? I would ask that question. Have you talked to Karen Reed? Have you talked to her? Do you talk to Bill Reed? I'm curious about that.
Yeah,
That would be an interesting question.
Yeah,
how do you know he
get
hasn't talked to
inside
him?
jokes. Yeah,
How do you know
totally.
Adam doesn't talk to Karen Reed? How do you know Juna Perkins doesn't talk to Karen Reed?
but also
Oh
the
my
fact that
God,
local law
they're
enforcement
so-
should be
they're
focused
so
on local
good.
issues. Keeps a human being on the streets of.
There was something reported that actually bothered me quite a lot,
Okay, what's
which
that?
is that he has not only been charged with
Here we go.
killing a witness, but also with the death of her fetus.
He gets so mad.
This Noah guy is invested. He's asking the right questions. He's like a dog with a bone. He's not letting Sandra Birchmore go by the wayside or Karen Reed in this. This was a great question. And this is something that a lot of people who aren't paying attention out there,
He's like a dog
even
with
in
a
Stoughton,
bone.
might not know about. And for him to ask this question just brings more attention to it. He's doing a great job. I like this host. He's doing a good job. Noah. This guy is doing a good job over here. No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about that guy on the screen. Noah.
And
Did you hear what the question was? This is the most outrageous question. The question this guy is asking is, why is Matthew Farwell charged with murdering Sandra Birchmore's unborn baby if it was just a fetus? That was the question. Remember we listened to it live and we were like, what a douche. Who says something like that? Like, it's just a fetus? He killed her fucking baby. Well, they're saying it's not his baby now, but he killed a baby. And you're like, it's just a fetus? It wasn't a fetus to Sandra Birchmore. She was looking forward to having that baby. And this motherfucker gets up here and he's just like, it's just a fetus. And we were all like, what an outrageous question.
That is something that he has not only been charged with.
And this is Crawford's reaction to the same exact question.
Killing a witness, but also with the death of her fetus.
This Noah guy is invested. He's asking the right questions. He's like a dog with a bone. He's not letting Sandra Birchmore go by the wayside or Karen Reed.
Dog with a bone.
This was a great question. And this is something that a lot of people who aren't paying attention out there, even in Stoughton, might not know about. And for him to ask this question just brings more attention to it. He's doing a great job. I like this host. He's doing a good job. Noah. This guy.
Yeah, he's doing a great job calling Sandra Birchmore's baby a murdered baby, a fetus. She's doing a great job with that.
He's doing a good job over here. No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about that guy on the screen. Noah.
And that is something that as a
pro-choice. Yeah, it's like, you're considering it, it's like abortion. That's what you're saying, Mike? Except she didn't choose this, did she? It's supposed to be a woman's choice. If Matthew Farwell takes that away from her, he makes it his choice, doesn't he? Right? Calling it a fetus.
Massachusetts resident, I am deeply uncomfortable with the notion that that the death of a fetus is in any way on a scale with murdering a young woman, and that is itself, I believe, a capital crime also. And that is, so I want to ask you, that I think, I could be wrong, is an example of ways in which federal law differs from Massachusetts state law. And I was wondering if you could speak to that to some extent.
Yeah, that's a big question.
Question just got a little weird. I gotta say, like, I thought it was a good question. I got a little weird about his pro-choice. I'm pro-choice too, but I'm glad it's a freaking crime, like a major crime. It should be.
This got a little weird. Yeah, it got a little weird, Mike, didn't it? Got a little weird. It got a little weird. The second he mentioned fetus, that the word fetus came into the conversation, that's when it got a little bit weird. I've never heard anyone refer to Sandra Birchmore's baby as a fetus before this guy. But this guy's like insistent on it. He's like, it's just a fetus. He's like offended. Matthew Farwell should only be charged with one murder, not two. It's just a fetus.
And it actually touches on a bunch of different really important issues. I think there are so many things going on in the country right now. And folks who are upset, to change that, to the charge preceding indictment with that charge.
That's why I thought that question was a little weird. I like that he asked the question in the beginning because, a lot of people don't know about the unborn fetus. But then it got a little weird. It got a little bit about his politics. And it's like, dude, like.
Wait, calling it a fetus is his politics. What are you talking about? He goes, it got a little bit about his politics. The question itself was political. What he literally said as a pro-choice person, I have a problem. And actually, what he said makes sense, right? What he said does make sense. Like if it's either it's a baby or it's not, right? And if technically it's not, like according to the law, right? If it was a baby, then you wouldn't be allowed to have an abortion, would you? So it's not a baby. That's what the law says. So I actually understood his question. And the second he mentioned the name fetus, the word fetus, right? It immediately became a political question. The second he mentioned that, okay? And so like Crawford knew that too. So there's like, oh my God. And the second he said the word fetus, I knew exactly where he was going with this. I knew exactly where he was going.
Assault like that is taking the choice away from the woman, right? It's like, yeah, I agree with you, Classic Clippy. I don't know. We didn't remove any of your comments. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not a snowflake either, Anna Lelly? I don't know who you are. I have no idea who you are and what you commented on. No one deleted anything unless it was Facebook. All right, let's play some more. And I'm not a snowflake.
Farwell, if he's convicted, is life in prison.
Yeah.
I'm more like a snowman, a snow avalanche.
So there is a significant difference then between the Justice Department's policy of charge the maximum that you are going to be able to win with the power that a DA has with prosecutorial discretion. Right.
That's true. Imagine if anybody here called Baby Clay a fetus, I would fucking fight them. He was not a fetus. He was an astronaut in training. Okay. Get it right. He was going to be president someday. There was no stopping sweet Baby Clay. And I will have my vengeance. I will. In this life or the next.
Because were this a state case, right? The DA would not be required to prosecute on any given charge, actually any given charge at all. They definitely should in the case of Matthew Farwell, but you're not obligated to prosecute on every charge that you think you can get a conviction for. You're allowed to use your discretion to decide what to charge and what not to. So is this something that, given that kind of leeway, that you would support? You know, would you have a similar policy at the DA's office of saying to your subordinates, you know, charge the maximum allowable?
Yeah, okay. So quick, I went back and I read my messages with Trish Boyden, okay? Because they read all of these. Keep in mind, they just read all these messages with Trish Boyden. Let me pull them all up. Trish Boyden, okay? I have all of her emails. The first time she ever emailed me was, I'll just show you. I mean, because this has been shown in various, you know, they've been doxxed. So I guess I could show it now. So Patricia Boyden sent me this email and she said, donated to Chris Albert. This is on April 26th. This is like a week into my coverage. And it says, donated to Brian Albert, Kevin Albert, Ken Berkowitz. All these people donated to Chris. John Connolly, Jim Galvin, Bill Galvin, a state rep. Okay. Canton cop, a retired Canton cop, another Canton cop. They all gave, and then she sends me the campaign, the campaign finance thing. What's wrong with that? That's newsworthy. The fact that a member of the Board of Selectmen, right, who just got elected, and unseated and incumbent, who is a graduate of Yale Law School, and Lisa Lopez, I think her name was, Chris Albert beat her somehow. And the guy doesn't pay his taxes and went to jail for killing someone. That guy won. And he's getting money from all these people, all these cops. That's relevant. Like, sorry, Peter Hennessy. And Trish Boyden's not a bad person because she sent me that. I didn't even respond to the email. I don't even have a response to that email. She also sent me an email May 31st telling me when Karen Reed's car was towed from her parents' house, it was brought to Brilliance Auto Body in Canton, owned by Canton police officer Brian Wanless. My sister's friend is married to Brian's brother. Yeah. Again, that was like I don't know if I ever confirmed that though. The Wanless thing, that was a Shaun of the Golf thing. Okay. Yeah, she's like, thanks for all your work exposing the seedy underbelly of my town. You're welcome. She sent me another one saying I made it into the Canton Citizen. Great. Awesome. I mean, none of these emails are bad. And then the guy, 𝗵𝗿𝗂𝗺𝗺, what does he send me? I mean, this guy sent me a bunch of emails. I'm like, his first email, which says anonymous source. This is what he sends me. This is April 24th. He sends me this email. And he goes, hey, Turtle, here's some additional information. Can you check the recent police report to see if Catherine Doty is another misspelling? And he points this out, that Catherine Doty is misspelled, and she is. Her first and last name are misspelled there. If true, she is the daughter of Canton Town Administrator Charlie Doty. That's newsworthy. You know, can you hide my picture if you post it? Yeah, okay, sure. Because you want, and so like this guy, the fact that the town manager and he was the chief of the fire department he was the boss of douchebag 𝗵𝗺𝗲𝗺 and Adderall boy there. What's his name? Nuttall, that guy. The hero, the real hero of January 29, 2022. Timothy Nuttall, that guy. Woke up one morning, brave. Tim Nuttall gets up in the morning and he's going to go save the day. Yeah. So this guy would send me emails all the time. Let's see, what's this? And he goes, he sends me this. He goes, this is for the Canton tree. And read the last paragraph of this article to see who was in attendance at Rafferty swearing in. You're not just fighting Canton, you're fighting the deep state. And he's got all these, these tips. Bill Galvin, the whole gang. There they are right there. John Connolly. He's giving me the in here. Mike Loughran, Tom Theodore, J.R. McCourt. He's giving me the lowdown. I mean, this is just politics. What's the big deal? And these people are being all outed and shit like this because of 5150. So there's that. All right. Yeah, these are just whistleblowers. What's wrong with that? And I'm told that Trish Boyden also spoke tonight. I got to see this to see if she spoke. Hold on.
Week on the 7th, we had early voting. The polls were open 7 to 8. I just want to say it's been a privilege and an honor serving this community for the last 3 years in the role as a select.
Which I'm going to read. Dear members of the select board, documents I sent to Kearney back in 2023.
Oh, wait. She addresses this?
Kearney received emails from hundreds of select board.
What's up?
Great job, and his last day is Friday, so we wish him well. And that is all I have.
I want to see this.
Very good. We do have an announcement.
Yes. Would you like to go
Or
first?
you want to
or
go
would you want
first?
me to go first?
I can go.
Okay.
So, a response to the person who spoke during public comment. In April of 2023, a year before I was elected to the Canton Select Board.
What's up?
This is not a response to public comment. I thought it was
yeah.
a response to the candidate night.
No,
Oh.
this is, no, that's next.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
So she can't respond to
no,
public
I
Not
can.
supposed to respond.
She can't.
Well, actually, we talked, all right, then I'm going to just say this is a response to something I heard.
Okay.
Okay. In April of 2023, a year before I was elected to the Canton Select Board, Aidan Kearney began exploring the story of Karen Reed, setting in motion significant questions about the John O'Keefe investigation.
Yeah.
Within weeks, Kearney received emails from hundreds of people,
Kearney.
including me, offering information that helped him piece the story together. Worth noting, I met him once. I told him I appreciated him breaking the Karen Reed story. That was the only thing I liked about his body of work. To refresh memories, in 2023, our community had more questions than answers and was eager for accountability, thus the vote for police audit before the largest group of people to ever attend a town meeting. As we all know, Karen Reed was acquitted last year by a jury of her peers who reviewed testimony and evidence. Recently, the background I shared with Kearney 3 years ago was made public with attacks on me and my family. This information I shared was public, except for one piece I urged him to corroborate or not use. He respected my wishes and did not use it.
Yeah. the
Additionally,
one
I
was-
stood in front of the select board during public comment during that time period and voiced my concerns directly to the select board about its newest member not meeting his financial obligations.
Chris Albert.
A year later, I was elected to the select board. To reiterate, the documents I sent to Kearney back in 2023 were fact-based and public information.
Yes.
The possible tip was never corroborated, therefore never published until someone chose to amplify it.
That's Sean in the
Karen Reed
Gulf.
was in fact found not guilty of murder. In 2024, I garnered more votes than any of my opponents, underscoring that many in the community shared my concerns.
Yes. Yes. Get it.
I work for the community I love, and I'm eager for the civil trial to be over so we can close this chapter and put this lingering vitriol behind us. I'm looking forward to this town being known for its great schools, its location, its history, its committed group of municipal employees, and volunteers who work at making Canton better every day. You're up.
Good for her. Good for her. People, because she's a big lib and I'm not. And so she's like, that's like the only thing I've ever agreed with is, and I appreciate her saying that. It's just like a lot of people came up to me and it's like, I did not like your work prior to Karen Reed, but you did a great job on this. You know, credit where credit's due. This story brought people together across political lines who otherwise wouldn't like each other and wouldn't agree with each other. But we can all agree what was happening to Karen Reed was wrong, and we needed to do something to stop it. And like she said, she sent me you saw the email she sent me, man. She sent me factual information about campaign finances. She also sent me a tip about Brian Wanless, in May of 2023, saying that the car was fixed at Brian Wanless's shop. That turned out to be unverified. Okay, so I got that tip from her. I never published it. And she credits me there for not publishing that because it was just like, she says in the email to verify it. And I can't verify it, so I never published it. But you know who did? Listen to what she said about like somebody who else did. Listen to what she says.
A year later, I was elected to the select board. To reiterate, directly to the select news. He respected my wishes and did public with attacks on me and my family. This information I shared was public, except for one piece I urged him to corroborate or not use. He respected my wishes and did not use it.
He respected my wishes and did not use it because I couldn't corroborate it.
Additionally, I stood in front of the select board during public comment during that time period and voiced my concerns directly to the select board.
And then 2 or 3 months later, Sean in the Gulf is like, Wanless, what do you know about Wanless and the tail Aidan? My source is telling you, Sean in the Gulf, in case you haven't figured it out, he just makes everything up. He just makes it up.
About its newest member not meeting his financial obligations. A year later, I was elected to the select board. To reiterate, more community I love.
Dear members of the select board, I've had members of the community reach out with regard to Canton Police Department's involvement with the use of the flock camera system. Canton Police agencies, when there is a valid vehicles associated with.
Thank you. I thank you. The say candidates running.
Yep. Him and say, hey, dude, you're not supposed to respond to the comment tonight. He did attend.
Oh, God.
What a meeting. What a wild meeting. I want to note a couple things before we go tonight. Chris Albert did not attend his last select board meeting.
Yeah.
I think he knew that ahead of time. I think that's why he gave his speech 2 weeks ago at the last select board meeting he did attend. Tonight is Chris Albert's last select board meeting. He was not there. Grandpa Eclipse opened it up by attacking 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 and Trish.
First of all, he's using my, yeah. Okay, let's see. Chris Crawford supports 5150. And Trish Boyden and 𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 were attacked and doxxed like this because of her actions.
Trish Boyden at the end responded to him. And it's funny because we all hear it. The most ridiculous rule I've ever heard at a select board meeting is they say we do not respond to public comment. Trish Boyden clearly did respond to public comment tonight, but it wasn't the first time. I've seen them do this before. They break their own rules all the time about responding to public comment. Chris Albert has done it several times, specifically to Jennifer O'Donnell at one point. And it's funny when a guy like Chris Albert responds to public comment. Howie Doody doesn't stop him and correct him and say, hey, dude, you're not supposed to respond to public comment. That doesn't happen to a dude. But when this first term select board member, who's a female, Trish Boyden, who got the most votes in the last election, or 2 elections ago.
2 elections ago.
She got the most votes in that election that she ran.
Yeah.
When she responds to it, howdy doody, the city employee stops and says, hey, you can't respond to public comment. It's a fucking double. This is Canton, the good old boys club, where if you're a dude on the select board and you're part of the club, they like you. You're one of the boys. You're an Albert.
Bro.
You can respond to public comment. But if you're Trish Boyden, you get scolded by the town council, the town employee. Howdy doody.
Why is he screaming?
So funny. So Canton tonight. And then she just basically, some people in the chat criticize that she responded to the public comment because they say you can't. It's a stupid rule. That rule needs to go. The next select board should get rid of that rule.
Okay.
I would say that the select board should put out a statement. We are not required to respond to your public comment.
Okay.
That should be it. Because at certain points, the select board is going to want to respond to public comment and should. If there's a town crisis, come on. That rule is ridiculous. Rule. Up for re-election. 𝗃𝗃 is not running. There's an open seat. There's several candidates. There was a...
Okay. So that's about that. All right, cool. All right, let me read some turtle chats here. What do we got here for turtle chats? And then we're going to listen to 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 that I forgot to play. I want to play it. Sparkly Rabbit 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. All right. Eileen sends $10, goes, Aidan, when you share something, no, I already read that one, didn't I? Lori sends $10 and goes, be sure to stock up on Little Debbie's and Capri Suns for neighborhood kids. Yes, especially in the summer. We have like the pool in the neighborhood. So, I think I'm going to be kind of popular then. We'll see. Next, Patricia sends $5, goes, Turtleboy technical difficulties is my favorite segment. This was like a new level of technical difficulties tonight. This was like, we haven't had it like this before, have we? This was a bad one. All right, next. Skip sends $25, goes, did your case get dismissed? That can't possibly be a real question. No, my case did not get dismissed, Skip. I appreciate the $25. We have our next hearing May 14th, motion to dismiss. So there we go. Kim from Texas sends $10, goes, the more the haters hate, the more I support Turtleboy. Excellent. Glad to hear. Thank you. Laura sends $50, goes, great show tonight. Sorry you have such dark forces punishing you for exposing an innocent woman who was framed. People defending Meredith are messed up and they're nothing more than 𝗬𝗏𝗃𝗃𝗃 fans. Zero excuses. Fuck them. People like that never really gave a shit about Karen Reed. You know that when her and I were together, we like almost never discussed the Karen Reed case, which is the thing that bonded us together. It was all drama. That was all we talked about. It was like Courtney and Tina, or who's running this account, and why are you talking about Lindsay again? And oh yeah, well, it's just like that's all we talked about. It was like never the Reed case. It was always like an app. Besides, like, can you get me in the courtroom? And people like, like broils, like that's all they care about too, is the drama. All right, next. Melanie sends $10 and goes, I've been praying for a sequel to Grandpa Eclipse since I discovered you in that video in 2024. That's how you discovered me? Will you please play the clip I sent you on? Okay, let me go check it out. Hold on. I got to find this Melanie. Melanie was also attacked by 5150. Let's see. Hold on. All right, let's see if we got it.
Tennessee, I'm living on 4 Sumner Street here in Canton. And I'm all about listening to people.
Come on. Tell us what you think. What do you think about the process, sir? What do you think about the process that's going on there? Do you have opinions? Do you say words?
Nope.
So what are you here for?
I knew it.
What'd you come to the meeting for?
I like speaking.
Because I came with a purpose. What purpose did you come for?
I was like, oh my God, that's because of the way you're talking.
Nothing? Nothing?
And everybody has a voice. Everybody should be heard.
Also, I can't even talk. Pull off. No, we're getting a little off track.
But what I'm not all about is bullying.
Sure. Dude, you're crowding other people. You know, what are you doing?
You figure out.
What? Are you, I mean, you're a former cop. I mean, is this how things worked back in the day? You rough people up?
The amount of bullying that goes on in this town from behind a keyboard is astounding. If it was happening to our children, we'd stop it right away.
Okay, guess what? Shut the fuck up.
Oh, sorry. Okay, sorry.
There's a Facebook group on this town that is deplorable.
What?
Make accusations, false accusations, half truths.
I can't.
Turtleboy, you fucking turtle. Go get a new name, okay? You fucking turtle juice.
They bury people with their comments. They bury people's children.
So fucking lay on that and fucking figure that out. Go fuck.
Well, can I ask?
It's disgusting.
What crime did I commit? What crime did I commit? Why do you guys all say that?
I've lived here my whole life. You want to bully somebody? Bully me.
Oh, I'll bully you, all right.
See what happens.
Easy, Grandpa Eclipse.
What, do you? I mean, you're staring at me. You got anything to say? Who are you? What's your name? What's your name, sir? What's your name, Grandpa? Come on, Santa Claus. I mean, you were staring at me the whole time. You're staring at me the whole time, sir. Who are you exactly? Who are you and who are you here to defend? You here to defend the Alberts, sir? What crime did I commit? What crime did I commit? Why do you guys all say that? I mean, do you want to make out with me? What's going on here? I mean, do you want to kiss me? Is that what you want? You're smiling. You seem really excited. You're getting close.
I'm smiling.
I mean, you don't smell bad, to be perfectly honest.
So fucking lay on that and fucking figure that out. Go fuck.
Well, can I ask you, but
Go fuck yourself. That was a great one. Thank you for sharing that, Melanie. I appreciate that. All right, next up, we have Concerned Turtle Rider sends $10, goes, I don't care if 5150 offers you an all-expense paid trip to the Garden of Eden with Jesus Christ himself. Do not go to her apartment. She has a temporary order on me. Why would you even... I would never go to her apartment in a million years. I want nothing to do with her. I want to stay far away from her. I don't want to be near her. That's why this order that she has is unnecessary. It's just like, imagine just harassing somebody and like stalking them and doing all this shit and then be like, oh my God, he won't leave me alone. Well, what are you at? Whatever. Oh, he called me a whole bunch of times when we were together. Okay. What else you got? That's it. Okay. Anyway, so that will not be happening. You couldn't pay me enough money to do that. 𝗵𝗂𝗆 sends $10, goes, it's amazing how the McAlberts condemn everyone else for their private conversations when their own destroyed phones and deleted messages make it pretty clear they had plenty of private conversations too. Yeah, I'm not suspected of murdering someone. They are. A little more than suspected, if you ask me. A little bit more. But what do I know? Next. Leah sends $50, goes, the only reason anyone is still talking about you or is big mad is because you're genuinely significant and instrumental. It's the insecure and insignificant that can't handle it. And it's a them problem, not a you problem. At the end of the day, thanks for all you've done for Massachusetts, and we normal ones sincerely appreciate it. Well, I appreciate that too. So, appreciate the kind words there. And, you know, it's funny because like the more they talk about me, that's what they don't realize. Like all these twisted tragedies and people like that, whose entire and the Randalls of the world, whose entire platforms are dedicated to talking about me. All you're doing is proving that I'm relevant. That's it. And it's like, if you wanted to like make me go away, then you would just ignore me, but you can't. because you know it's a problem. You know that like I am significant, and there's nothing you can do about it. You know. All right. All right. Let me refresh that. See if we have more. Yeah, we have Mark sends $25, goes, you're only getting better and haven't changed. Congrats. No change on this end, Mark. I appreciate that. Thank you. See if we have any cash apps here. Let's see. Cash app. Sean sends $7.77 and says, we need the story of the cop who quit after 2 days. What cop? Who? I don't even know what you're talking about. Thank you. In what town? Thank you, Sean. Mama She sends $50 and goes, free Dr. Daddy up next. That's the plan, Mama She. Thank you. Naomi sends $5 and goes, you're doing great. Well, thank you very much, Naomi. I appreciate that. All right. Anyone else want their message read? Click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat or cash at me at $UncleTurtleboy. Okay, cool. Let's end the program with a little light. Is this it? All right, yeah. Hold on. Oh, this was a Nina stream. We're going to listen to a Nina stream. Starting about the 30-minute mark.
He likes his children.
Like
He is.
he's
something
perverted.
is really wrong with him.
Yeah, something is wrong with him. It's beyond normal. It's a complete perversion that
Really?
lives within him. And
Me?
my God, I mean, I can't imagine his kids seeing all this when they get older. Like
Seeing what?
But they know it. They know already.
well, they know something, but they're still fairly young. Like they don't understand all of it.
But they know already that
I'm sure.
that he's
You know what they do understand is that why do people keep buying us dinner when we go out? Why do people keep coming up to you when we're out in public and thanking you and ask to like take a picture with you, Dad? Like why is this happening? Why are you on the news and people like cheering for you and stuff, Dad? That's what they're wondering. And the rare times when where my business life intersects with my personal life, that's all they see. They don't see anything else. That's what they see. So they know that and they always ask me, why do people pay for you, Dad? Why do people do that? Why did somebody pay for us? And they're like, because they appreciate my work. They like what I do for work. Oh, imagine that, Nina and Marie. Imagine that. And again, I liked Marie. And I'm going to go on a program after the two-party hearing with 5150. I'm not going to go on there and talk about that before that. So that's a trap. So I'm going to wait till afterwards. But she seems open-minded. And Marie, she bought me something on my Amazon wish list for my son, the basketball hoop that's in his bedroom. And I thank her for that. So maybe she's got potential. Nina's just mean. Nina's mean.
He's different than other dads.
I'm sure that I don't think he's that. He says he's a good dad, but I don't think he's a very good dad.
What?
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't
And
think
he's different than the other normal dads. I mean, we all know normal soccer moms and normal soccer dads.
I think
and he's not a normal soccer dad.
No,
or,
I think his ex-wife does 99% of the parenting.
What?
You know, and he
and,
does.
oh, I thought about that too.
Of course you did. Why do you? Nina lives in Switzerland. Why is she thinking so much about me and like my parenting? And what do you care about my parenting with my ex-wife? What are you talking about? Like I have them here all the time. What are you talking about? Why are they thinking about this? Like that's the real question. That's the real question is like, why are you thinking so much about me?
Does he really like his children?
I think he I think he does. I think he likes his kids,
Hold
but
on.
99% of the parenting.
Yes.
You know, and he does.
And, oh, I thought about that too. does he really like his children?
I think he does. I think he loves his kids, but I think he loves being single more. He loves.
I think the children are a burden.
I think they are too. I think he loves them like.
The children are oh my God. I'm not even responding to this because it's so absurd, but it's just crazy. People say I'm bad. People, oh, you can't talk about my kids. This is the kind of shit people say about me. You can't let it bother you because like they don't know you. They don't. It's like whatever. I don't have to respond to your bullshit. I know who I am. I know how much my kids are my world. I get that, right? I feel like most parents, their kids are their world. Like that's like kind of the default, right? If your kids aren't your world, then like what's wrong with you? But this is like you're right. This is what Turtleboy derangement syndrome sounds like.
In a way that
Can he love them? I'm not even sure
but
if he loves them.
I think that they're a
I
burden.
don't know if he
to him,
loves
I agree.
them.
He doesn't.
I'm
really
not
want
even
to be-
sure if he loves it. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure. I don't even think he likes his children. I think maybe he has some love for them because it's his genes.
Right.
You know?
Right. That's my point.
Yeah.
It's about
Yeah.
like the genetic connection. That's
Right.
it. But I do
they
believe,
will take his name further,
Yeah.
but not their character or
No.
I'm not sure.
I do
I'm not
believe
sure.
I do believe his wife is
Actually.
99% of the parent with them.
Yeah.
Oh.
And she takes care of them, you know. I think
Right.
he only
And I think there are his bus stop lives.
yeah.
I don't know what that's about.
Well, it started because
I know that.
you know how it started, right?
But now what's about? What's that about?
It's just for him to complain. That's all.
But you never see him like really drop off his what is it about? Is it about to pick up his children
No,
or
they drop off in the morning.
okay, but you see him going to the car alone,
Right.
going into the car alone, driving around, and then go back to the garage and go back to his
Yeah,
basement.
I don't-
And you never see a drop off or
I
something.
find it strange that
What?
you know.
What's happening
I
there?
find it strange that he says he goes to his ex-wife's house in the morning and he takes his kids to the bus stop. I find that odd. Okay.
Why?
Because I don't believe that that's true at
What?
all.
That there's
You don't
no bus
believe
stop.
that?
Yeah. I don't believe
There's
it's true.
just driving around.
Yeah. I don't.
Am
believe
I stupid? Sorry, you can correct me. You can say I'm wrong.
You're
But
wrong.
what I see, I think what he is trying to say is
I can't believe there's actually a debate about whether the bus stop is real. That's because I'm seeing you see the bus in the background, right? That's how it starts. But no, you're right. I don't actually film myself at the bus stop when the kids are there because I don't make my kids the content. You know, I don't have them. They wouldn't want to be on my streams. They'd be weirded out by that. Like, and I wouldn't do that to them because some things are private, you know, like you have a right to a private life. Like not everything is content. I'm not one of those dads. I'm not like Salish or one of these people that takes their kids and makes them content on YouTube and, you know, makes millions of dollars out. It's not, I ain't that guy. My content is, my kids are part of my life and I discuss them sometimes, but they're not like the content, you know?
he's driving his kids to the bus
Yeah,
and
no.
drop them off.
When he
Right?
got arrested by the police,
Right.
yes, he put his kids on the bus. I think he had his
Right.
kids overnight, and that's what
Right.
happened. I
Yes.
don't even think that he
No.
has his kids overnight anymore.
I was living there at the time. I was married still. I don't have my kids anymore.
For some
That's what I'm
reason,
saying.
for
I
some
never see
reason,
him.
I
I
don't
never
believe
see
it.
him
Yep.
dropping his kids off.
I don't even believe that he has his kid. I don't think the wife is allowing him to even have his kids overnight anymore.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
The bus stop life is just fake
Yeah,
driving around.
I agree. No, I agree with that.
Or am I stupid?
I think I agree with what you're saying. I don't even believe he has his kids overnight anymore.
Because I never see any kids or hear, you don't have to show it on camera, but I don't even hear kids in the background
Nothing.
or I don't see a
Nothing.
bus or
Nope.
nothing.
Nothing.
It's just,
I think it's all baloney, to be honest with you. I think his wife
he's
has.
just driving around.
I think that his wife has custody of the kids and he takes them here and there when he goes to something when he wants to, but I don't think he really has any desire to have his kids
Right.
anymore
Right.
than he
They're a
has to.
burden.
Yeah, they're a burden to him. I agree. I agree with that 100%.
And I see some people like they're real pissed in the comments. They're like, that's pissed. Like, that's fucked up. To me, I just laugh at this because I know the truth and I know these people don't know anything about me, yet they act like they do. And what am I going to get mad at them? Like they're stupid. People can say what they want. I'm confident enough in who I am as a parent to know that this doesn't matter. What's more interesting to me is that I have reached the level where I'm so relevant and important that there are somebody called Nina from Switzerland is debating Marie from Fall River, or wherever she's from, and they are debating how often kids sleep over my house. Like, that's wild to me that this is even a conversation.
You know,
So that's also fake.
it's everything with him is fake, and that's the thing. There's nothing real about anything he says or does. You know,
I mean, he's not fake in the sense he's real. Like, he's a real racist. He's a real misogynist.
What?
He's a real
Homophobic.
Homophobic.
Oh, yeah,
asshole.
what?
That's real. That's not fake.
No, I
Oh,
agree.
like homophobic.
I agree with that. I think that, you know,
That's stupid.
What?
it's interesting because he was saying one day about not wanting anyone he's with to meet his kids. And for some reason, what I got from that was that he didn't even really let Meredith meet his kids, even though he was with her for a long time. That only tells me that he probably doesn't have time with his kids.
I didn't want Meredith. Meredith did meet my son many times because he was just around more because he doesn't cheer to the cheering schedule. And he's just like, he's younger, so he doesn't get it. And like, he can just be like, whatever, this is my friend Meredith. That's who I was. He doesn't really remember her at all. And it was just like convenient. Like, Meredith tried hard with him too, to like win him over. And you know, like, he was fine with her. Like, she's really easy to get along with. But she met him probably like half a dozen times, probably. She met my daughter once at a breakfast she invited herself to, and my daughter does remember her, right? And so when the police came to the door last week and said, we have something, like, which alarmed my daughter, and she listens. She's like, and she heard the name Meredith. It's from Meredith. She remembered that. So she knows now. It's starting to click in her head about that woman I met is that woman equates to the police now, right? That's what she equates that woman to, right? So she doesn't know what a restraining order is. She doesn't know what these criminal charges are, but she knows police. And she knows, like, police give her anxiety, right? Like, the police came to the door. She didn't like that. And she knows there's a problem if the police are there. And she knows I'm not the problem. And so the police mentioned the name Meredith. So now she knows that Meredith is a problem. Okay. That's what she associates her with now. A problem. That's all she knows. She doesn't know anything else about her. But that she hears that name, police are involved. Okay. No, she didn't answer the door, but they see the cops at the door and it bothers her. You know, we've been swatted before. Like, it sucks. Not by her, but whatever. And she's smart. She said something to me one time. She's like, "Oh yeah, Dad. Yeah, just like when you went away for work for 60 days for work." She said that to me one time. I'm like, when did you get all sassy? When did you start using air quotes? And so she's not stupid. She figures it out. Whereas, like, you know, so I was much more worried about Meredith meeting her than I was him, because he's whatever, go with the flow, young. She's much more perceptive in figuring shit out, you know, and like thinking something's going on here. Like, and she understands what a boyfriend and a girlfriend, like, she gets that. Whereas he doesn't know any of this shit, you know? So anyway, so that's why she didn't, and I didn't want her to meet them because I knew that she wasn't going to be part of my future. That's why I never introduced her to any of my siblings when I had opportunities to do so. Because what's the point? I knew in my head, this person's not going to be part of my future. So why am I going to force her onto my family who she blocked on social media? Like, why am I going to do that?
He doesn't have his kids, so that's why she couldn't meet his kids, you know? And that wouldn't surprise me at all.
Right.
You know?
That's so sad, actually.
Well, it's sad, but he's made his bed and he has to lie in it. You know what I'm saying?
I bet
everything that occurs, that happens in his life, whether it's related.
I got the I got the 𝗵𝗿𝗶𝗺𝗺 upstairs. I'm going to lie in that thing every night, and it's so comfortable. Thank you.
To himself or his kids, he's got nobody to blame but himself. It's no one else's fault.
Yeah, sure.
The same thing with him potentially going back to jail. It's nobody's fault but his.
What? I'm pretty
and
sure
then he will.
I'm pretty sure the Norfolk County DA's office, Michael Proctor, and the McAlberts have something to do with that. But it doesn't matter anyway because I'm not going to jail, am I?
Be found guilty. There's no.
Yeah, well, that would.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, I wouldn't have doubt of that. I think that when the hearing or the trial comes around, I can't imagine anyone on a jury not looking at him like this man is a complete asshole and he's done all of these things to people that he shouldn't be doing. And I have no doubt that they're gonna find him guilty.
Oh, no doubt, she says. So I'm going to remember that when I go in her spaces. You said that the McAlberts are victims. Do you believe that Jennifer McCabe is a victim of mine? Do you? Because that's what you said right there. And it's like, I can't believe a jury won't see him the way I see him. Marie, you got to open your eyes, dear. There's a reason I'm so popular. There's a reason I sold out the Wilbur, right? There's a reason that 5,300 people are watching me right now on a Tuesday Night Live, right? That's why I'll never be convicted, because you'll never get a jury to think that anything I did was illegal, because it's not.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
Yes, and that's why it's so interesting,
Yeah, I don't care.
I'm not saying you, but I am definitely a no.
So you're better than me. I would not be able to sit there so calmly if they were talking about my kids. Again, I'm not how am I going to get mad at these people? They're ignorant. Whatever. They say stupid shit and I know it's not true. So that's why I don't care, because I know the truth. I am comfortable in my own skin, right? I am not at all insecure. I'm secure. I'm very secure. That's the thing. It's like I know what I am as a father. I know what I am as a person. I don't need to defend myself or explain my relationship. Like, that's not true. They were here the other night. I don't need to do that. I know the truth, right? And so, yeah, we'll be just fine. That's like people like this, they don't bother me. They don't bother me in the least.
Nobody, like,
oh, I'm nobody
literally.
too.
Yeah, but I'm even from another country, right?
Yeah.
And that he bothers so much about the spaces and hates.
Oh, he certainly doesn't like it when people talk about him.
He hates it.
I don't care.
And
I don't care.
And I heard one of his rant on the bus stop when he was ranting about the spaces, and he just doesn't get the concept of the spaces.
No, he doesn't.
He's like, yeah, I don't.
Well,
you can't rewind. You can't do chats.
He doesn't like spaces because he can't make money on it. That's why he doesn't like spaces.
And also because it's a discussion. It's not you have a monologue and your followers just agree with you. I mean, I was in a spaces just before, and we had a disagreement. I had a disagreement with young black economists about 𝗁𝗂𝗺. So what? I mean, that's cool. I love that.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean I hate her. That doesn't mean I
doesn't like to be in that situation.
He doesn't like discussion.
That's why he doesn't like spaces at all.
Yeah.
He does not like it. He hates it.
And he can't deal with it.
No, he can't deal with it because then he has to debate with people, which he doesn't care what someone else says. He's not willing to do that.
I love
His opinion
debating
no one
people.
else's. So that's the whole point of why he doesn't like to be on spaces, aside from the fact that he can't monetize it. He can't. I don't think he was even aware of spaces until like a few weeks ago.
Okay, we let everyone up and we were trolled. And
Yeah, we can have a respectful conversation.
Sorry.
They control that, then he doesn't want to be there. And say, I want to. So yeah, Young Black says I'm working now. I just had something.
She didn't have the same opinion.
Well,
is that what is that?
She
I mean,
technically
is
said
it
that she felt that his perverted behavior was related to maybe sexual abuse in his childhood.
What?
And
No, that was before. That was before.
No, that was before. Yes, that was before. Not after.
Oh, that
So
was the Lisa Peralt.
You can wish that on someone from cancer just because they don't share
Yes.
your opinion.
Yep.
No.
That's where we are.
When you say that Lisa Peralt said that I was sexually abused as a child, okay? So I said that I hope cancer beats her because I do. You understand that? Like, what she said about me was so heinous that I'm rooting for cancer. And people are like, oh my God, he can't say that. He just said that. That's so outrageous. Dennis Sweeney shared it. He's like, oh my God, I dress up as Auntie Bev and everything, and I sat in the seat for him, but I'm so offended. No, you're not, Dennis. You're not offended. You don't give a fuck. Stop it. I said that because it was outrageous to say that. A lot of people wouldn't say they're Team Cancer. I did. And a lot of people afterwards would like apologize for that and be like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. I went too far. No, I doubled down. Team Cancer all the way, just to be very clear about that. And my mother died from cancer, so I can say that, okay? I'm probably going to die from cancer one day. Everybody in my family dies from cancer, and I can make a joke about Team Cancer. That's it. And I hope it offends you. I really hope it does, but it doesn't. That's the sad part, is it doesn't actually offend you. You're just pretending to be offended, Dennis Sweeney. You're not actually offended by that, bro. You're not. There's no fucking way you're offended by that. No way. Stop it. Nobody's believing that. Yeah, whatever happened to Boston Brandy? Huh. We'll see. I don't know.
Right now?
Pretty much. I mean, and then he, this is what he does all the time. More than once I've heard him say this. He will backtrack when people get angry, and he'll say, well, I just said it to hurt them.
Yes.
Who does that?
Me.
Who says something like that
Me.
to hurt somebody else?
Me.
Yeah, that's crazy.
He's done it before.
Yes.
He did it with James.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, I mean,
yes.
There's something seriously wrong with that man and his brain.
And that's why I love the spaces. Sorry to say.
Yeah.
We're just random people. We don't have channels. Some of us have, okay, but we don't. And
he has an absolute
and we just talk and nicely about things.
Yeah.
And we can all disagree on some things and still be respectful to each other. And that's driving them crazy.
The fact that he would actually say that he hopes basically that Lisa's cancer kills her, right?
Oh, that's so.
That is so just. Demonic and horrible and vile.
I can't even repeat that because I think I'm saying something and then it's coming from me.
All right, that's enough Nina for tonight. Okay, let's read some turtle chats and call it an evening. Caroline sends $15. Goes, you and your kids are going to have an amazing summer at your new home. You've worked so hard over the years and deserve all the good things, but you also deserve peace in your life. I have faith you are on the road to getting that peace and closing that chapter, hopefully for good. Yes, we are. Again, you don't buy a house like this if you think there's any chance that you're not going to be here next year. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I'm going to win. All we do is win. Megan sends $25, goes, listen, Turtle, I absolutely and completely adore you, and I firmly believe your heart is in it for the right reasons. Thank you for entertaining the shit out of me. Much love from Oklahoma. Maggie B. P.S. You're a kick-ass dad, too. Well, thank you, Maggie B. I appreciate that. Leah sends $10 and goes, I have 2 boys thriving, loved. Life is normal. If I disagreed with them, they'd be pissed, but Krusty isn't a soccer mom. Justin isn't a soccer dad. Pick a lane and stay in it. P.S. Nina, show your face. Yeah, that's a good point, Nina. At least I show my face, dear. Next. Rosaline sends $10, goes, Dr. Hot Tub Daddy. I got in the hot tub for the first time last night with my son. We had a great time. We christened it. It was great. For your wish list, don't forget solar lights, lounge chairs. I have those. I got beach towels. Pool floats, got them, and more specifically, turtle pool floats. See links below. Nina, P.S. Nina sucks, and she wouldn't know a bus if it ran over her big toe. Okay. Carolyn sends $10 and just says, morning coffee. Okay, I'll do that. Thank you. Carolyn. Okay, do we have any cash apps here? Emily sends $5, goes, it was about time to air these cunty hags out. Yeah, Emily does not like them. Says they're cunty. And I still will go on the Sparkly Rabbits program sometime just because it's fun. It's fun to try to talk to somebody who doesn't like you and maybe they can see a different, maybe if you actually talk to people, they'll realize, oh, he's not, whatever, I don't mind the Sparkly Rabbit. She bought my son a basketball hoop. She did. So I will go on there and I will have a conversation with her. People are like, don't do it. Why not? Why not? I'm not afraid of anyone. I don't back down from a conversation. You know, it'll be on my terms. Like I'll do it when I'm ready. I'm not going to like do it before this hearing or whatever. But I know she talks mad shit about me. But a lot of people who talk mad shit about me would not have me on their program. I will debate anyone. I will debate Crawford, BLT, that pussy. That pussy would, there's no bigger pussy than BLT. Fuck you, BLT. Face me. Face me. All right, cool. What else we got? Anybody else? No call back from Crawford. He did not call me back. We got nothing from Crawford. So, all right. Anyone else got anything to say before we call it a night in the chat? All right. I think we're good. Did I miss a message from Skip, the isolation year? I don't see one from him on here. 𝗵𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗍, is he the one that said, did your case get dismissed? And I said, no, it did not. It did not get dismissed. It's still going on. So, all right, guys, I'm going to call it a night. Yes, he is that one. Yeah. I'm going to call it a night. I will see you guys all for the next episode of the live show. I guess Saturday night. We'll see you for Sex Cult Thursday and Bus Stop Live tomorrow morning. All right. Peace to you, bum grease. Outie. And brush it.
Top down, riding down Main. It's a clear night. Screens glowing blue. Got the facts in my headlights. Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. 𝗺𝗵𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗍𝗄 I'm going to read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city block. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just ride a slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow. Every word cut clean like the rims on the 6-4. From Boston to Brockton, the whispers all hum. Turtleboys riding in the reckoning gon' come. Lally in the back room, 𝗺𝗍𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗍 on the phone. Trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend true. Got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame. This about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my